prepare yourself, because what I'm about to reveal will challenge everything you thought you knew about the future. October 29th, 2025 is no ordinary date. It's a day that carries the weight of centuries, a moment when the heavens themselves seem poised to speak to humanity. For decades, Nostradamus, the mysterious 16th century seer, left behind cryptic verses that many dismissed as riddles or allegories. But now, as modern science turns its eyes toward the cosmos, his warnings echo louder than ever before. A mysterious celestial visitor, Comet 3I Atlas, is on a trajectory that could change the course of history, and with it comes the possibility of an alien presence, a revelation that could shake our very understanding of life, the universe, and our place within it. Imagine this: a comet hurtling through the vast emptiness of space, unseen by the naked eye, yet carrying a message older than our recorded history. NASA and Harvard scientists are closely monitoring 3I Atlas, and while many see it as a fascinating scientific event, their calculations carry a chilling warning. The comet is not just passing by, it could impact Mars, causing disturbances that ripple across the solar system. Think about that for a moment. A celestial body, moving silently, influencing planets millions of miles apart, and potentially setting off a chain reaction that could reach Earth in ways we are only beginning to understand. The ancient prophecies of Nostradamus now align with these modern observations in a way that is impossible to ignore. Nostradamus wrote in his Quatrains of times when the sky would burn with fire and the seas would rage, of stars falling like sparks, and of strangers arriving from the heavens. Many scholars have tried to interpret these words, yet the exact meaning remained elusive until now, because the signs are aligning. On October 29th, the world may witness phenomena that humanity has never experienced before. These are not just celestial events. They are spiritual tests, cosmic trials, and messages encoded in the universe to gauge our preparedness. For centuries, humans have looked to the stars for guidance, but rarely have the stars themselves seemed to respond so directly to the trajectory of human destiny. And it doesn't stop there. Alongside the potential arrival of Comet 3I Atlas, prophetic visions hint at the onset of 3 days of darkness. This is not metaphorical. Across the globe, reports from modern visionaries, combined with ancient manuscripts, suggest that light itself may wane. Cities that never knew nightfall as anything more than ordinary darkness could suddenly find themselves enveloped in shadows so profound that electronic devices may fail, animals may grow restless, and panic could ripple through populations. Nostradamus spoke of times when light would flee the earth, warning that humanity must remain vigilant and spiritually prepared. And now, the countdown to this event has begun. Even more alarming are predictions of catastrophic earthquakes in key cities. Earthquakes of unprecedented magnitude could strike regions long considered safe, shaking not just the ground beneath our feet, but the very foundations of human civilization. The tectonic plates are restless. Scientists have noticed unusual seismic activity in zones previously considered stable, and while earthquakes are always a risk, the alignment with these cosmic phenomena is what makes this moment extraordinary. Nostradamus's verses hint that the Earth itself will react to events in the sky, a cosmic connection between the heavens and our planet that modern science is only beginning to grasp. The comet, the darkness, the earthquakes, each a separate warning, yet together they form a pattern too precise to be coincidence. Some scholars call it a cosmic cipher, a test designed to measure the choices humanity makes under pressure. Will we descend into chaos, driven by fear and ignorance, or will we rise to the occasion, demonstrating unity, compassion, and wisdom? The answers may determine the trajectory of our species for generations. Nostradamus often spoke in riddles, but the essence of his message is clear. Awareness, preparation, and spiritual alignment are not optional. They are survival tools in the face of what is coming. As the date approaches, NASA has issued statements confirming the unusual trajectory of Comet 3I Atlas. While mainstream media often downplays such warnings, experts behind closed doors are expressing concern. If the comet impacts Mars, the shock waves could dislodge ice and dust, sending particles hurtling toward Earth. Some theorists even suggest that the comet may carry unknown elements, possibly organic or even artificial, hinting at the potential for an alien presence. Imagine the implications not just for science, but for the very core of human understanding. Are we alone, or have strangers from the cosmos been patiently waiting for their moment to reveal themselves? The visions of Nostradamus seem to anticipate this exact scenario. He described strangers arriving from the skies, their intentions ambiguous, their presence a catalyst for change. Humanity has long feared the unknown, and these warnings are designed to challenge us to confront our deepest fears. But there's also hope in these predictions. The arrival of something otherworldly, whether comet, alien, or both, is not inherently destructive. It is transformative. It offers humanity a chance to evolve, to expand consciousness, and to recognize the interconnectedness of life beyond our planet. Yet, this evolution demands courage and discernment. It's crucial to understand the timeline. October 29th is just the beginning. The events leading up to and following this date are part of a sequence that has been encoded into history itself. Nostradamus spoke of cycles, of moments when the heavens and the earth would align to reveal truths long hidden. The comet, the darkness, the seismic unrest, they are interconnected signals. Ignoring one part of this chain could blind us to the larger picture. Humanity must pay attention, not just to the celestial, but to the terrestrial. Every sign matters, every anomaly is a message, and the window to act is fleeting. The moral dimension of this prophecy cannot be overstated. Nostradamus consistently warned that the state of humanity would determine the outcome of cosmic events. In other words, external phenomena, comets, darkness, earthquakes are mirrors of our internal condition. Societies riven by division, greed, and conflict will experience greater turmoil. Societies embracing unity, compassion, and awareness may navigate these events with resilience. This is why modern visionaries emphasize preparation, not just physical, but spiritual. It's not enough to stock supplies. One must cultivate inner clarity and moral integrity. The stars, in a way, are testing the soul of humanity. And yet, despite these warnings, the world continues at its frenetic pace. Many dismiss these predictions as fantasy, conspiracy, or coincidence. But consider the accumulation of data, scientific observation, prophetic writings, and historical precedents all converging on a single date. Comet 3I Atlas is not just a point of light. It is a symbol, a harbinger, and potentially a vehicle for contact. The ancient prophecies may not be metaphorical, they may be literal, waiting for humanity to witness and respond, and response is everything. Panic without understanding, or inaction in the face of clarity, could determine the difference between survival and catastrophe. The notion of 3 days of darkness is particularly striking. Many religious and prophetic texts across cultures speak of similar events, a period when light is withdrawn, forcing humanity to rely on faith, awareness, and resourcefulness. During these days, normal patterns of life may be disrupted. Communications could fail, cities could fall into confusion, and natural phenomena may behave unpredictably. Yet, those prepared, both materially and spiritually, may find clarity and guidance. Nostradamus hinted at this in his writings. The darkness is both a warning and an opportunity, a crucible designed to separate those who are awake from those who remain blind to the greater forces at play. Then there's the element of cosmic intelligence. Could Comet 3I Atlas be more than a mere celestial object? Some researchers speculate that it could carry a message or even entities from beyond our solar system. The alignment with human history, the specific timing, and the precision of its path all suggest intelligence. Nostradamus's Quatrains speak of the sky being filled with ships, a phrase that modern interpreters often link to UFO sightings and potential extraterrestrial contact. Whether literal or symbolic, these descriptions align uncannily with the scientific observations we now have. Humanity is on the cusp of discovering whether we are alone or if we have long-awaited neighbors in the stars. And consider the implications for Mars. If the comet impacts the red planet, the consequences could extend far beyond Earth. Ice deposits might be destabilized, atmospheric changes could occur, and the event might even trigger signals detectable by our own instruments. For centuries, Mars has fascinated humanity as a potential host for life or remnants of life. The possibility that a comet could catalyze discoveries, or even awaken dormant conditions, adds another layer of urgency to the October 29th timeline. The cosmos is no longer a distant backdrop. It is an active participant in human destiny. Nostradamus's prophecies repeatedly emphasize cycles of renewal through crisis. This is not a mere coincidence. Cataclysmic events, comets, darkness, and seismic upheavals are not punishments, they are catalysts for transformation. Humanity's response will determine the nature of that transformation. Will fear dominate, or will courage, unity, and wisdom prevail? The lessons of history, combined with the precision of modern astronomy, suggest that October 29, 2025, is more than an event, it is a test, a mirror reflecting the state of humanity back to itself. Every action, every choice, every moment of awareness counts. And while the media may focus on the sensational, it is the subtler signals that are most critical. Patterns in cosmic radiation, anomalies in satellite readings, and shifts in planetary alignments all point to something extraordinary. Ancient texts, once thought allegorical, now provide context. Nostradamus warned that humanity would face signs in the heavens, signs upon the earth, and signs within the hearts of men. Each is unfolding simultaneously. Comet 3I Atlas, the predicted darkness, seismic tremors, all these are layers of a message designed to awaken awareness. The universe is speaking, and those attuned will hear its call. Yet, amid this uncertainty, there is hope. Humanity has faced crises before, and each time we have learned, adapted, and evolved. The challenge now is different. The scale is cosmic, the timing precise, and the consequences profound. But preparation, spiritual, mental, and physical, can tip the balance. Nostradamus's warnings are not designed to instill fear. They are designed to illuminate a path. Awareness, vigilance, and moral clarity are the tools with which we navigate these unprecedented times. The question is whether humanity will rise to the occasion or stumble in ignorance. And there is another layer to consider: the hidden messages within Nostradamus's Quatrains. For decades, scholars have debated their meaning, often reducing them to cryptic puzzles. But when viewed through the lens of modern science, a pattern emerges. References to celestial fire, strangers from the sky, and darkness over cities align uncannily with the current trajectory of Comet 3I Atlas. It's almost as if the prophecies were written with knowledge of events that could only be verified centuries later. The convergence of prophecy and science is not mere coincidence, it is a signal. The universe is offering clues, and humanity must learn to interpret them. As we approach October 29th, the world will be watching. NASA will provide updates. Astronomers will track every movement. But the deeper, more profound messages may go unnoticed by those focused solely on the material. Nostradamus consistently emphasized the importance of perception, insight, and wisdom. Those who see only with their eyes may miss the cosmic narrative. Those who see with their minds and hearts may glimpse a reality far beyond ordinary comprehension. The events of this day could mark the beginning of a new era, an era of discovery, awareness, and perhaps even contact with life beyond Earth. And yet, the story does not end with a comet. Following October 29th, scientists predict a cascade of effects: minor meteor showers, gravitational fluctuations, and subtle changes in planetary alignment. Some of these may seem trivial to the casual observer, but together they create a resonance that can amplify the effects on Earth. Tides may shift unexpectedly. Atmospheric patterns could change. Even human consciousness, according to some theories, may be influenced by these cosmic vibrations. Nostradamus hinted at this interplay, suggesting that events in the heavens are inextricably linked to outcomes on Earth. The lines between science and prophecy blur as we witness the unfolding. Perhaps the most enigmatic part of this prophecy is its moral test. The comet, the darkness, the tremors, they are all external phenomena, but the true test is internal. How does humanity respond when confronted with the unknown? Panic, greed, and conflict are always options, but so are courage, unity, and compassion. Nostradamus repeatedly framed his warnings in ethical terms. Survival is not guaranteed by wealth, power, or technology, but by awareness, integrity, and adaptability. The cosmos is not punishing us, it is challenging us, inviting us to rise to a higher level of consciousness. October the 29th may be a day of trial, but it is also a day of opportunity. And what about the alien dimension? Could Comet 3I Atlas carry intelligent life, or is it merely a herald of their arrival? Historical accounts, including interpretations of Nostradamus's Quatrains, suggest that humanity may soon encounter beings from beyond our solar system. Their intentions are unknown. Some visions describe them as observers, others as catalysts for change. But whether friend, foe, or messenger, their presence could redefine everything we understand about life and existence. For centuries, humans have looked to the stars with curiosity and longing. But the reality of contact could be both awe-inspiring and terrifying. Nostradamus's words, once enigmatic, now serve as a guide for navigating this unprecedented frontier. The countdown is not just about the comet. It's about preparation, understanding, and insight. Those who heed the warnings may find themselves equipped to navigate the coming days with clarity and strength. Those who ignore them may be blindsided by forces beyond their comprehension. The stakes are enormous, not just for individual survival, but for the survival of communities, nations, and perhaps even the species. Nostradamus's warnings are a call to awaken, to attune ourselves to the rhythms of the universe, and to recognize that every moment, every decision carries cosmic significance. And so, as October 29th, 2025 draws nearer, the world stands on the brink of revelation. Comet 3I Atlas is not merely a celestial object. It is a symbol, a harbinger, and potentially a messenger. The darkness that may follow is not simply an absence of light. It is a test of resilience, faith, and moral strength. The earthquakes predicted in key cities are not random. They are part of a cosmic alignment meant to challenge and awaken. Nostradamus foresaw these times with astonishing clarity, and now, centuries later, we are living through the convergence of prophecy and science. The question is no longer whether these events will occur, but whether humanity is ready. Are we prepared to face the unknown with courage, to confront fear with wisdom, to meet challenges with unity and compassion? October 29th, 2025 is more than a date on the calendar. It is a turning point, a doorway to a new chapter in human history. Comet 3I Atlas may pass silently across the sky, but its impact could resonate far deeper than any meteor strike or planetary disturbance. It could awaken consciousness, shift perspectives, and redefine what it means to be human in a universe that is far larger and more mysterious than we have ever imagined. And so we watch, we prepare, and we reflect. Nostradamus's prophecies are not simply warnings, they are invitations. Invitations to awaken, to observe, and to act. The cosmos is alive with messages, coded in the movements of comets, the patterns of planets, and the rhythms of the universe. Humanity's response will determine the outcome, not just for October 29th, but for generations to come. The time for clarity, courage, and preparation is now. The countdown is ticking, and the universe is watching. Are we ready to meet what is coming? But even as the world braces for October 29th, there is a deeper layer that must not be overlooked: the human consciousness itself. Nostradamus repeatedly hinted that the cosmos reflects the state of mankind. He spoke of times when the heavens would tremble in response to human deeds, when celestial signs were mirrors of our collective actions. Comet 3I Atlas is not just a visitor from space, it is a catalyst, a magnifying glass revealing our strengths, our weaknesses, and the choices that define us. And this is precisely why the prophecy is so unnerving yet profoundly essential. The external events, the darkness, the earthquakes, the comet are tests, yes, but the ultimate trial lies within us. How we perceive, react, and respond could influence the outcome far beyond what we can currently comprehend. Consider the magnitude of the potential 3 days of darkness. Humanity has never truly experienced such a phenomenon on a global scale. Ancient texts, from the Bible to Mayan codices, describe periods of darkness not as mere natural occurrences, but as moments of profound spiritual significance. Imagine entire cities plunged into an unnatural night. Electronics failing, communication lines down, streets abandoned. Panic would be an understandable reaction, Yet the prophecy calls for something far greater: resilience, awareness, and a readiness to embrace the unknown with clarity rather than fear. Nostradamus's words suggest that those who prepare mentally, spiritually, and emotionally will navigate this darkness not with despair, but with insight, perhaps even glimpsing truths that have been hidden from humanity for millennia. And then there are the earthquakes. The Quatrains describe the earth itself shivering as if in response to events in the sky. Recent scientific observations have detected unusual seismic movements along key fault lines, and while some may dismiss them as coincidental, the timing with the comet's approach raises questions that cannot be ignored. Cities long considered safe could face tremors of unprecedented strength. The Earth's crust, energized by celestial alignments, may react in ways we have not yet seen. These predictions are more than mere fear-mongering; they are calls to action. Structural preparation, emergency readiness, and, most importantly, mental fortitude will determine not only survival, but how humanity perceives its place in the cosmos during these extraordinary times. But perhaps the most intriguing and terrifying element of this prophecy lies in the potential arrival of extraterrestrial entities. Nostradamus spoke in cryptic language of strangers from the sky, whose presence would test the courage and unity of humankind. The scientific community, while cautious, acknowledges the possibility that Comet 3I Atlas may carry unknown organic materials or even artificial objects, potentially indicating the presence of intelligent life beyond our planet. This is where the prophecy converges with modern exploration. We are on the brink of confirming what humanity has long suspected, that we are not alone. The arrival of such entities could bring both opportunity and challenge, and Nostradamus's warnings imply that the way we respond will shape not just the immediate outcome, but the trajectory of civilization itself. The prophetic narrative also underscores the importance of moral and ethical readiness. Comet 3I Atlas, the darkness, the seismic upheavals, and the potential alien presence are all external phenomena. Yet Nostradamus emphasizes that the ultimate test lies within the choices, the compassion, and the awareness of humanity as a collective. Societies fractured by greed, conflict, and mistrust may experience these events in chaos and fear. Communities guided by unity, understanding, and wisdom may find clarity even amid unprecedented circumstances. This is not metaphysical speculation. It is a practical insight into human behavior under extreme stress. The prophecy teaches that survival and evolution are not guaranteed by technology alone, but by the integrity of the human spirit. Modern interpretations of Nostradamus also suggest a pattern. The cosmic and terrestrial events are interlinked, forming a code, a cipher that humanity must decipher not with machines, but with insight. The comet's trajectory, the predicted darkness, and the seismic anomalies are not random; they are a coordinated message, a mirror reflecting the state of our world and the readiness of our species. Each anomaly is a piece of a puzzle, and when assembled, the larger picture becomes both alarming and revealing. Ignoring these signs could lead to misinterpretation, panic, or worse, a missed opportunity to understand the larger cosmic narrative. Nostradamus's verses have always been difficult to interpret, but now, with scientific observation aligning with his predictions, the message becomes impossible to dismiss. And then, there is the moral awakening embedded within the prophecy. Nostradamus repeatedly emphasized that humanity's fate is tied to its capacity for awareness, compassion, and courage. In times of fear, chaos, or darkness, those who maintain clarity, act with integrity, and support one another will not merely survive, they will understand. The 3 days of darkness are symbolic as well as literal, suggesting a period when ordinary perception is challenged and higher awareness must be cultivated. The comet, the tremors, and the potential alien arrival are triggers for humanity to evolve, to see beyond the surface of reality, and to recognize the intricate web connecting Earth to the cosmos. The convergence of prophecy and science is also remarkable in the context of predictive astronomy. Comet 3I Atlas has been under scrutiny for months, and its unusual trajectory, combined with historical celestial alignments, has caused leading scientists to issue cautious warnings. While mainstream discourse focuses on probabilities, the prophetic narrative emphasizes purpose and meaning. Nostradamus's Quatrains repeatedly highlight the idea that cosmic events are not merely mechanical, they carry significance, intention, and moral weight. The universe is not indifferent, it is interactive. Comet 3 Atlas may be a messenger, a warning, or even a key to a higher understanding, and humanity must choose how to engage with this extraordinary occurrence. Yet, despite the weight of these predictions, there is reason for cautious optimism. Nostradamus did not write solely of doom. His writings often suggest that preparation, understanding, and ethical living can influence outcomes. The impending events, while extraordinary, also offer humanity an unprecedented opportunity to evolve to test courage, unity, and insight under conditions that are both extraordinary and revealing. The choice is ours: to succumb to fear or to rise in awareness, to respond with panic, or to navigate these events with clarity and foresight. This is the essence of the prophecy. The external phenomena are guides, but the internal response determines the real outcome. Moreover, the cosmic timing is precise. October 29th is not an arbitrary date. Historical patterns, planetary alignments, and ancient writings all converge on this moment. The comet's position, the predicted darkness, and the seismic readiness of the planet suggest that humanity is approaching a unique threshold. The days leading up to this event are critical for observation, reflection, and preparation. Every anomaly in the sky, every tremor on Earth, every unusual signal should be noted and interpreted with care. Nostradamus's legacy is not merely about fear, it is about awareness and understanding. Those who engage with the signs thoughtfully will gain insight into the unfolding mysteries of our time. And then there's the broader existential implication. If extraterrestrial entities are indeed part of this event, their presence could redefine human understanding of life, intelligence, and the cosmos. Nostradamus's warnings suggest that these strangers from the sky are not here merely to observe, they are here to test, to challenge, and to catalyze transformation. The human response to such an unprecedented revelation will shape not just immediate survival, but long-term evolution. How we perceive, interpret, and engage with the unknown will determine whether humanity steps into a new era of awareness or remains trapped in fear and ignorance. The prophecy also emphasizes preparation on multiple levels. Physical readiness, spiritual clarity, and mental resilience are all vital. The 3 days of darkness, the seismic events, and the comet's approach are external realities, but they mirror internal conditions. Panic, fear, and division will amplify the impact, while awareness, unity, and preparedness can transform challenge into opportunity. This is the wisdom embedded within centuries-old quatrains. Humanity is always tested in its most extraordinary moments, and the measure of our readiness is reflected not in what we have, but in who we are. And as we stand on the cusp of October 29th, the world holds its breath. Every observation matters. Every insight counts. Comet 3 Atlas may pass visibly across the sky, yet its most profound impact may not be physical at all. It may be spiritual, psychological, and moral. Nostradamus's words echo through the centuries. The heavens are alive, the earth is awake, and humanity is being called to witness, understand, and respond. The countdown is not just toward a celestial event, it is toward a moment of awakening, a test of consciousness, and a chance to align with forces far greater than ourselves. Finally, the ultimate revelation lies in the choice humanity must make. The prophecy is clear. The external events, the comet, the darkness, the tremors, and the alien presence are instruments, but the outcome depends on us. Will fear dominate, or will wisdom prevail? Will chaos consume, or will unity rise? Nostradamus's words serve as both warning and guide, a bridge between centuries-old insight and contemporary observation. The universe is speaking through comets, darkness, and seismic shifts, and the question is whether we are listening. October 29th, 2025 is not just a date. It is a doorway, a moment when science, prophecy, and cosmic forces converge. Humanity stands at the threshold of understanding, challenged to perceive beyond ordinary reality, to act with courage, and to embrace the unknown with awareness. Comet 3 Atlas may blaze across the sky, darkness may descend, and the earth may tremble, but the true test is not what happens outside, but what happens within. Nostradamus's prophecy is unfolding, and the world is about to witness one of the most extraordinary alignments of history, science, and cosmic mystery ever recorded. Prepare yourself, because the days ahead will challenge, awaken, and reveal. The cosmos is alive with messages, the earth is vibrating with change, and humanity is being called to rise. The prophecy is no longer distant, it is here, unfolding before our eyes, and how we respond may define not just our survival, but the very essence of what it means to be human in a universe that is far vaster, stranger, and more extraordinary than we have ever imagined. As the world inches closer to October 29, 2025, the sense of anticipation grows, and with it, a profound question emerges. Are we truly prepared to witness what Nostradamus foresaw centuries ago? This is not speculation. The alignment of Comet 3I Atlas, the predicted 3 days of darkness, and seismic disturbances in key cities suggest a convergence that is historically unparalleled. Scientists, mystics, and modern-day visionaries all point to a moment when cosmic forces and human destiny intersect in ways that challenge our understanding of reality itself. Every heartbeat, every observation, every choice matters now more than ever. Humanity is being called to awaken, to see beyond ordinary perception, and to recognize that the universe communicates not just through events, but through patterns, timing, and resonance. Think of it. A comet approaching with precision, potential extraterrestrial implications, darkness descending for days, and the Earth itself responding with tremors. These are not isolated phenomena, they are threads in a tapestry that spans centuries, woven by the unseen hands of destiny. Nostradamus described such moments as the sky will open, and man will face the strangers, yet only the prepared shall endure. The warning is as much ethical as it is scientific. Those who act with fear, greed, or ignorance may falter. Those who rise with awareness, courage, and unity may find guidance, clarity, and even revelation in the face of the unknown. The cosmos, in essence, is presenting humanity with a mirror. What we see in the heavens reflects what is within us. And it is within this reflection that the most profound insight lies. The 3 days of darkness are more than a literal prediction, they are a symbolic threshold. During this period, societal constructs may be disrupted, communications may fail, and the ordinary flow of life may be paused. Panic is natural, but the prophecy suggests that those attuned to higher perception will see beyond the surface. They will perceive patterns, messages, and warnings embedded in the darkness itself. Nostradamus often emphasized that illumination is not only external, it is internal. True vision comes from understanding, patience, and discernment. The darkness is a test, but also an opportunity, a crucible in which clarity and wisdom are forged. Consider the alien dimension once more. The comet's trajectory and composition have prompted some of the world's leading scientists to speculate on its contents. Could it carry microbial life, dormant signals, or even complex structures that suggest intelligence? Nostradamus's descriptions of ships in the sky and strangers arriving seem eerily prescient in this context. Humanity may stand at the threshold of first contact, whether literal or symbolic, and the implications are staggering. This is not a moment for trivial speculation or passive observation. It is a moment that demands mental readiness, moral clarity, and the ability to engage with the unknown without succumbing to fear. The stars, in essence, are speaking, and those who listen carefully may hear truths that have eluded humankind for millennia. The seismic warnings are equally critical. Earthquakes are not just physical events, they are messages encoded in the planet itself. Nostradamus suggested that the Earth would react to celestial stimuli, and modern science now provides a framework for understanding how gravitational forces, cometary trajectories, and planetary alignments could trigger unusual geological activity. Key cities, often unprepared for such anomalies, could face tremors of significant magnitude. These events, while frightening, also carry an implicit instruction. Awareness and preparation can mitigate chaos. Structural integrity, emergency readiness, and community cooperation become as important as any scientific observation. Humanity's survival depends not only on technology, but on foresight, prudence, and unity. Beyond the physical realm, there is a spiritual and moral dimension that cannot be ignored. Nostradamus repeatedly stressed that external calamities are intertwined with internal conditions. The state of human consciousness, our collective awareness, ethics, and decisions plays a role in shaping outcomes. The comet, the darkness, the earthquakes, and the potential extraterrestrial presence are all reflections of human preparedness and moral integrity. Societies fractured by conflict, greed, or ignorance may experience greater suffering. Those who cultivate awareness, unity, and compassion may not only endure but gain profound insight into the hidden laws of the universe. The prophecy is as much a lesson in ethics as it is a warning about cosmic events. And yet, amid this immense challenge, there is a remarkable opportunity. Nostradamus's prophecies do not solely foretell doom, they illuminate the potential for awakening. Humanity is being presented with a unique chance to observe, understand, and engage with forces far greater than itself. The convergence of prophecy and science, the alignment of celestial and terrestrial events, and the possible presence of intelligent life beyond Earth all point to a transformative moment in human history. Those who rise to meet this moment with awareness, courage, and moral clarity will not only navigate the events successfully, but may also gain understanding of truths that have remained hidden for centuries. The cosmic timing is precise, almost surgical. Every movement of Comet 3I Atlas, every tremor along fault lines, every potential signal from beyond the solar system contributes to a sequence of events that is unparalleled in recorded history. Nostradamus's Quatrains, once dismissed as vague allegories, now align with modern astronomical observation in astonishing ways. The celestial patterns, the predicted darkness, and the Earth's responsiveness all point to a message that is both urgent and transformative. Ignoring these signs is no longer an option. The universe is demanding attention, observation, and action. October 29, 2025, is a doorway into the extraordinary. It is a day when science and prophecy intersect, when the known and the unknown converge, and when humanity is challenged to respond not with panic, but with clarity, courage, and unity. The comet may pass visibly across the sky, but its true impact will be measured not in destruction alone, but in awareness, moral fortitude, and readiness. The darkness may descend, but it is also an opportunity to cultivate insight. The earthquakes may shake the ground, but they are also signals, messages encoded in the earth itself. And if extraterrestrial intelligence is indeed involved, humanity will face perhaps the most profound revelation in its history. The moral and ethical imperative of this prophecy cannot be overstated. Nostradamus emphasized that survival is not merely a matter of resources, technology, or luck. It is a matter of consciousness. How humanity perceives, interprets, and responds to the unfolding events will shape not only immediate outcomes, but the trajectory of civilization itself. Fear, division, and chaos amplify danger. Awareness, unity, and insight mitigate it. The choice is ours, individually and collectively, to rise above ignorance and embrace the lessons encoded in these extraordinary times. And so, as October 29th approaches, the world must awaken. Every signal, every anomaly, every warning is part of a narrative that transcends ordinary perception. The comet is not simply a celestial object, it is a herald, a catalyst, and potentially a messenger. The darkness is not merely an absence of light, it is a test, a crucible, and an opportunity. The earthquakes are not random, they are part of a cosmic pattern that reflects the state of humanity itself. Nostradamus foresaw these events, centuries before modern science could measure them, and now his warnings are unfolding with remarkable precision. The ultimate revelation lies in humanity's response. The prophecy teaches that the universe communicates not only through observable events, but also through the readiness of those who witness them. Clarity, courage, and moral integrity are the tools with which we navigate extraordinary times. Panic, greed, and fear amplify the chaos. Awareness, unity, and insight transform challenge into opportunity. Nostradamus's Quatrains, once dismissed as enigmatic, now serve as guides for navigating an unprecedented convergence of cosmic, terrestrial, and existential events. The choice is ours, and the clock is ticking. As the final days approach, It is crucial to understand that this prophecy is both warning and invitation. The comet, the darkness, the earthquakes, and the potential extraterrestrial presence are external markers, but the ultimate trial is internal. Humanity's awareness, courage, and unity will determine the true outcome. This is the lesson hidden in centuries of cryptic verses. The universe is alive, the earth is responsive, and humanity is being tested, not punished. How we rise to meet this test will shape the future in ways that may last for generations, if not centuries. So, prepare yourself, not merely with material readiness, but with awareness, moral clarity, and understanding. Observe the signs, reflect on the patterns, and cultivate insight into the unfolding cosmic narrative. October 29, 2025 is a day unlike any other, a day when prophecy and science converge, when celestial and terrestrial forces align, and when humanity is invited to witness, understand, and respond. The comet may blaze across the sky, darkness may descend, earthquakes may shake the ground, and strangers may arrive, but the ultimate revelation lies not in what happens outside, but in what unfolds within. The countdown has begun. Humanity is at the threshold of history, and the universe is speaking. Will we rise with awareness, courage, and unity? Will we see the signs, understand the messages, and embrace the opportunity to evolve? Nostradamus' prophecy is no longer a distant warning, it is unfolding before our eyes, challenging us to awaken, prepare, and respond. The choices we make in the days surrounding October 29, 2025, may define the future of civilization itself. The cosmos is alive, the earth is awake, and humanity is being called to witness and act. The moment is now. Are we ready?